When it comes to high-value women, it is easily understood that they set their standards among the stars. And that goes for every aspect in their lives, like their quality of life, their friends, but most importantly, their partners. A high-value woman is the most comfortable with a high-value man. This is because the two understand each other's likes and dislikes more than anyone else and can manage almost every circumstance they find themselves in. But the real question is, where do these sophisticated women come across their male counterparts? Can you imagine if there was a secret hideout where all the high-value people of the world come together? How crazy would that be? Anyway, let's dive into how high-value women meet high-value men. But before we do that, we would really like it if you could click the like button to support the channel. Remember, we make these videos for free for your entertainment, and that is all we ask for in support. Hit the subscribe button while you are there too. All set? Let's look at where these high-value women might have a chance of meeting high-value men and why they prefer to be at those locations. It is important to understand that just because women are thought to be of high value does not mean that they are all the same. In fact, two high-value women could be complete opposites of each other. They each have their own interests, goals, standards, and choices. But one thing that can be said about all high-value women is that they are very sophisticated. That is why the men they choose to be with also have to be just as sophisticated as them so that their personalities match and they do not end up looking after a man-child. But meeting these high-value men in settings where they can interact with them is a real struggle. High-value men do not have a lot of time on their hands. They are always involved in some sort of business or work, which gives them little time to hang out with their friends or loved ones. And when they do find themselves free enough to participate in plans, you can be sure they will not spend their time at a bar or club where they can just get drunk and act inappropriately. High-value men take their behavior and appearance in public very serious and will prefer to go to places where they can maintain both of them. But where exactly are these places? Spoiler alert, there is no hub where all high-value men can come hang out together and meet high-value women. But wouldn't it be awesome if there was? Instead, where they spend their free time depends completely on what their interests are. And just like high-value women, these interests vary between high-value men. One of the possibilities where a high-value woman could come across a high-value man is somewhere where you would least expect it, the gym. But why would these men who care so much about their appearance be at the gym? The answer can be found within the question. High-value men take care of how they look and put in special efforts to maintain their physique. This is why hitting the gym every day is more of an obligation than a hobby. They find a way to incorporate physical exercise into their daily routines. And because high-value women are similar to high-value men, the gym could be a possible location where the two could cross paths. What a story to tell the grandchildren, right? The next stop on our possible locations list is also closely related to physical exercise, the running track. As we have already established, high-value people do not all share the same interest, and while most of them value their appearance, they can have different ways of maintaining it. The running track at a fitness center or at the park is another place where high-value men could be found. And your best bet would be to visit the track around sunrise or an hour after. This is because high-value men love a morning workout before they set off for work. It keeps them energized throughout the day. High-value women also hold their work in high regard, and so sharing a morning run could be the perfect start to an everlasting love story. Meeting a high-value man does not always need to depend on the man's interest, however. There are many interesting locations where high-value women visit regularly and can come across a high-value man. One of these is especially peculiar: self-defense classes. Self-defense is a basic human skill that everyone should know, given the times we live in. High-value women know the importance of self-defense and will set a time where they can practice it. A large number of these women prioritize self-defense as they do not want to be left vulnerable and waiting for someone to save them if they are faced with a troubling situation. But it is not only the women who want to protect themselves. High-value men, too, can come across circumstances where knowing self-defense can be the difference between life and death. That is why it won't be a surprise to see the two get together after kicking in a few dummy hands. Popular meeting spots don't just include all of those places where high-value people can put in a workout or jog. In fact, there are a number of places where these complex people flex their brain muscles rather than their biceps, one of which are conventions. For everyone who does not know what conventions are, they are large gatherings of people who share a common interest. By that definition, it is easy to understand why conventions are one of the more common spots where high-value women meet high-value men. All that's needed is for the two people to love the same thing. It is also a place where people can easily come up with icebreakers, so no awkward pickup lines or small talk required. High-value women and men that form a bond at conventions are at least going to end up as friends, if not partners, because of their common interests. No harm, no foul. Continuing with the topic of shared interests, a popular location for high-value men and women to meet are conferences. Conferences are similar to conventions but are usually more educational. High-value women who have an interest in hearing renowned educationalists speak about their favorite subjects can find their male counterparts at a conference. We don't know about you, but we would love to see these men and women get into a structured debate. It is common knowledge that high-value people love their alone time. They need it to wind down and put their thoughts into perspective. And the best way to utilize time alone is to take a solo trip. High-value men and women love exploring, meeting new people, and learning about different cultures, and that is why they take local or international trips regularly, whenever they can find the time. They treasure their solitude and will not compromise it even for their loved ones. But who is to say what will happen if a high-value woman comes across a high-value man enjoying a trip alone? This is why any destination where high-value people may visit for their solo trips deserves a spot on this list. Imagine exploring the mountains and happening upon someone who is there for the exact same reason as you. Before we move on and reveal the most popular spot where high-value women can meet high-value men, we'd like to know how you think the two can meet. Is there a place you have in mind where high-value people could possibly go to meet their counterparts? Tell us your opinion in the comments below. And now for the big reveal. Considering how complicated and unique high-value men and women are, the most likely location where they might meet is a pretty basic one. We are talking about your local coffee shop. While a simple coffee shop is not the haven of high-value people we wished for, it is a hub for sophisticated people to come in and have a breather. It is extremely likely that the man and woman you see sitting alone reading a book and enjoying their coffee are high-value people. As we have established previously in the video, these people love to spend some time with themselves. They can't always be touring different countries and exotic locations, so a coffee shop is the next best alternative. They will use the ambience and quiet atmosphere to their advantage and recharge their batteries for social interaction. Simple, yet highly effective. And with that, we have reached the end of our video on how high-value women meet high-value men. If you watched till the end, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your post notifications. If you liked this video, check out this next one, and we will catch you all next time.